Hiyo! Here we are in Tokyo at the Leica gallery in Ginza. The main man, Hisashi-san. And, and we're about to hang a show. So for those of you who haven't seen this kind of thing before, we're gonna show you it and explain the kind of paper we use, explain what the project's about. We're gonna see some other shows that I'm doing in Tokyo at the moment. It's pretty crazy. I've got 3 exhibitions that are gonna be running within the same month. And also, look who it is. It's Steven Senshan. He's back. If anyone watching this is in Tokyo between September and January 11th of 2025 to 2026, come and have a look, please. Arigato. Hello. That's good. People are going to walk in here and they're going to come around. The first thing they're going to see is this wall. So it's like, you've got to put something strong right there. That's a real key area. And this print is the one from the poster, from the flyer and the promotion we're doing for the show. So it's one of the most important pictures.
And it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's a real cool one. It's Toru and Taka. We're doing a show about 1OK Rock, who are a huge band, and particularly in Japan, they are, and in Asia in general, they're like enormous here. This is the first time that they've done an exhibition in their 20 years. It made sense to put a lot of them out so that the fans can come and appreciate it and see the band in a different format. Not live this time, but in a gallery. The band are so nice to work with, really kind people, really hardworking. Like when we did the music video, there's a long shoot day and they were just always happy to reshoot and do again. And if you're enjoying these videos and you haven't subscribed yet, come on now. It's free. There's a button. You click the button and then it helps us. And then you can get more free stuff. I mean, seems like a good deal to me. Cheers. Here in Kyoto, true to my roots as a street photographer, we're out having a shoot, trying to find some more pictures. Thought this would be a nice spot to talk a little bit about printing. When I first started printing my work, I remember I bought an Epson printer or something off Amazon for a couple £100, and I thought, I'm not paying anyone to do my prints, I can do it at home now. Number one, those printers are really loud and big and annoying, and the ink is really expensive as well, so I wouldn't recommend it. I'd recommend going to someone who really knows what they're talking about printing. I've used a few different types of papers. I've used a few different labs as well. One of my favorites is Metro Imaging, who are based in Barbican. And then these people I've been working with in Japan are also incredible as well. We'll put a little link to their name. So there are some labs like Metro who have black and white dedicated printers. And there are some papers which aren't suitable for printing black and white on, funnily enough. Like C-type papers tend to have a color cast, like a green, on the page that you can't get rid of. If you do a bit of digging into it, you'll see there's lots of different types of paper, and there's black and white specific papers. A lot of these places, when you go into the lab, have got an example of a photograph that's been printed, same picture on different types of paper, and it's really amazing to see the differences between.
Some examples of our papers, and there we go, resin, typical for Alan. We do most of his work on this. So this is a Milford product, Harman product I should say. This is chemically blackened silver. As long as you look after this correctly, this should last 100 years. We also do a little bit of matte for very occasion. This is the bromide matte. As you can see, the black point is completely different, the D-Max we call it. And we also do a little bit of gloss, more for the one-offs and special occasions. This is quite expensive. The main difference between these papers, apart from the weight, which obviously you can't see, is the white point. So this is a very high contrast black and white paper. This has more of a creamy tone to it with a rich black. It's very popular. So this is a photographic paper. It's imaged with light, in this case lasers. It's a bit like what you might use in the darkroom. In fact, you can use this paper in the darkroom. We expose on a Durst lander. So with this stuff, the silver is built in just like your classic photographic film.
All examples of mounted prints we do, or mounted finishes. Classic C-type, metallic, velvet, matte, super gloss, They have different levels of vibrancy. So the supergloss is also very, very shiny compared to the matte, which you can just see in any sort of light. And the surface of this does damage very easily, so we have to be very careful with it. These are examples of giclée prints. They all have slightly different traits, and depending what the artist wants, we tend to pair them up with that. So for Alan, what I very quickly worked out after a few chats with him, what he really wanted, we ended up using resin. In fact, this is one of Alan's prints. So this suits him down to the ground. It's nice and punchy, contrasty. It's just what he wants. Not trial and error, we know what he wants. We also do direct-to-media, that is stuff like Foamex, in this case is vinyl. We do a lot of this, you can stick it straight to a wall. Print it directly onto aluminium there, onto Perspex, dye bond, piece of glass, do all sorts. And of course framing, which we do. So Alan prefers the classic black box.
When I find something that works, I tend to stick with it. So I gave them a reference of the kind of paper that I typically use from the people in Metro Imaging in London. So the Hahnemühle Fine Art Barita, and it's like a medium gloss one. It's not matte and it's not full gloss, it's the one in between. This has to go somewhere. It's really cool being on stage in front of that many people with the camera just like, whoa, whoa. We've got Shimi-san, who's printed this whole show, and he does a lot of work with Leica in general, and having worked with a few different printers, like this guy is up there. I always get asked, what paper do you use and why do you use it? So,
all this larger print over here is from Epson. It's semi-gloss paper.
good for high contrast.
High contrast, and then it's good for this kind of like larger print.
The tip I always give is to go to a print house and do some test prints. So like there's strips. So we did strips for these, right? And yeah, and see, just get a feel for it. You know, it's something to think about. Paper is not all the same. It does a lot of different things. Swap these two.
Can you quickly just walk us through what it takes from very beginning to very end?
Sure. So first of all, obviously you have to have a good story that's worthy of going in a gallery at all. Otherwise the gallery doesn't want. So you have to prepare the files properly. So these are all printed off TIFFs. So TIFF files are uncompressed versions. It's kind of like in music, like the master versus the MP3. It's like much higher resolution, so that allows you to do large prints like we have here. You prepare a selection, choosing the ones that you think, not necessarily that are best, but trying to find ones that tell a different part of the title and the story that you're trying to say. So there's a lot that you have to think about when you're doing a show, right?
Yep.
So one is like, are people going to be crowded here? Like, is it smart to put the writing here because are there going to be loads of people stopping and all this kind of stuff? So it's more than just putting pictures on a wall.
When you do an exhibition like this, what is the main thing that you're thinking about?
There's a couple of things. One, that it's not too repetitive. So you don't want to have like 5 pictures that are really kind of dynamically similar, i.e. like 4 people in a row and then 4 people in a row and then the band in a row again. So we're trying to break it up by having like the 4 of them and then 1 and then maybe another 4 and then a 1. You know, just to keep it slightly visually interesting. Also, like doing different sizes can really make things interesting in gallery shows. We've done some that are bigger in the other room, some that are this size. And then yeah, just like simple things. Like I really like it when, so this is on the right side of the wall, and I like that the guys are like pointing this way with their hand and the guitar.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, if they were pointing into the wall, it would feel a bit weird. There's kind of a rule in photo books that you shouldn't have someone walking out of the page. You should, like, if you have someone on the right hand side of the frame walking out, you should put it on the left page.
Okay.
For example, so I mean, it's not a rule, you know, you can do what you want, but a lot of my work has got a lot of black in the picture, so it's like maybe group those ones together and then group the lighter tone pictures together. So that's what we're doing here. Or maybe we put white ones on this wall.
On this wall, yeah.
Maybe.
Exactly, yeah. And then this darker one, like
yeah,
this one,
so it's
black,
like
black picture on this wall, yeah.
Yamato Hikari.
Okay.
The man, the myth, the legend. Shio-san.
Oh, so you can ask him.
So this has been, yeah, next time you see this room will be when there's some people in it enjoying the show. Greetings. We are here just before the launch of the show. The guests are arriving. There's a lot of champagne getting ready. There's it's exciting. There's going to be some press here. There's going to be some very lovely guests who are friends of Leica Japan. And I think Ryota's coming.
すごい。
どうもありがとうございました。もう一度拍手をあなたさんにお送りください。ありがとうございました。
Thank you for coming. Some people have asked me already, what did I photograph this with?
どのカメラで撮影をしたのかという質問もありましたので、
Nikon. No, I'm joking. Jordan. Greetings, people of YouTube, and more specifically, the wonderful people who are subscribed to our Patreon. I'd like to announce the winners of the last competition that we ran on the Patreon, which was negative space photography. Now, we received more than 1,000 images, which on its own is incredible. But the standard was crazy high. It was difficult to pick these winners, but here they are. And if you want to see the list of honorable mentions, it's over on the Patreon. The link is in the description of this video. So go check those out. So this image, love the use of the drapes and the shape that creates. It's quite an unusual one. The colors are also beautiful, and I know that's not something people expect me to say, but I do love color photography. I just don't really do it myself, but this is a great example of it being done well. This image is cool. It's making good use of the space in the frame. It's kind of neatly tucked into that side third. Yeah, I like the use of light, the use of the shape, and I like the little cloud detail and that he's looking towards the cloud. So nicely done. So this image, I presume, is in an aquarium. Just really nice symmetry, nice moment, kind of nice colors, the shorts matching the color of the water through the glass, and yeah, just generally a nice use of negative space around the frame. So this one's really cool. Looks like maybe a rooftop, someone playing on a rooftop, and they were spotted from a distance. I'm not sure what happened there. If you want to comment and let us know how you did it, let us know, please. But yeah, nice. I like it's kind of grainy, matches the atmosphere of jazz music, and yeah, that clean line going across almost the center of the frame. Really nice as well. Well done. So this one's cool. I like focusing on eyes. It's something that I enjoy doing in my own work, and this is just a cool example. Looks a little bit like he's hiding in a cupboard though, and he's been discovered. But if if you don't assume that, nice shot. I really like this. Pictures of cats always get me happy in general, but I like how the ear is pointing so neatly to that top corner of the white box, the kind of frame around the window. Negative space doesn't have to be necessarily in black and white at all. It can be in color, and this is a really nice use of two colors just to create a nice canvas that sets this cat very nicely. And it's a nice looking cat, which always helps. This one's really cool. That white bird, the swan, perfect choice of subject for this. I love the ripples. I like the footsteps in the snow. It kind of tells a human story without any people being there. You can imagine that the kids have some kids have run past, and then the swan's decided, okay, I can go now, and has carried on. But I don't know, a good picture sometimes sets your imagination, and this is certainly one of those. This is another kind of shot that I've tried myself, like from a bridge looking down. Great spot in London to do this is in a place called Putney. You get a lot of rowing clubs and people rowing there in the evenings, and it's beautiful opportunities to shoot this kind of picture. But yeah, I love the ripples that were left. It gives a sense of movement, and I like the gradiated tone where it goes from brighter to darker, and the subject's facing the right way for that, so the light's on the face. It's just a very nicely done shot. This one's cool. I like how the bench lines up with the horizon neatly. With these kind of simple minimalist negative space shots, it's often puts a lot of focus on what little there is in a frame, and so it all has to be perfect. And I think the symmetry of the two of them both wearing hats, both being the same height, yeah, I like the texture of the cobbled stone with the little band of sea and then the sky. It's a nice image, and would work in black and white nicely as well, I'm sure. So this one is a kind of a leading lines classic shot, and yeah, it goes directly into the ear of the subject, kind of surreal image. Yeah, I like it. Maybe I would have brightened up the hair a little bit more in post, but overall, really strong image. Well done. This one's a great example of unorthodox framing with the tree on the far left, and you can see in an episode that we did on composition about how you don't necessarily have to place things centrally or on the thirds. You can do something like this, and yeah, it's a great image that makes use of the white tones of the sky and the snow, and of course the scale that is imparted from these two subjects, so tiny compared to the tree. Really nice shot. I would have been very happy with that one myself for sure. Our next challenge for you to get featured on the next YouTube video is going to be themed on the theme of this video that you're watching now. So we want to see, if you had an exhibition, what's your best picture that you would put on the poster, flyer, e-flyer, whatever it is. Basically, what's your best shot? We want to see it. If you'd like to enter, head over to the Patreon, as mentioned, link in the description. And the Patreon offers a lot of things actually, including photo walks with myself, one that we did in London recently, doing another one in Tokyo very soon. Did one in Hawaii as well. There's unreleased photographs that I publish on there, and also you get to see videos before they launch on YouTube, ad-free of course. And what else is on our Patreon? Oh yeah, you have the chance to enter these competitions as well and get a feature and a mention on one of our next videos, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's on there already. It's a wonderful community. It's nice to see you talking on there and sharing images. Really cool. Thank you.